Good morning, good morning. Man, it's beautiful again out here today. Thought I'd stop by the Bono Lake in Arkansas here and see what it looks like. So we're gonna cook up some breakfast here, and then we'll take a look at that lake. Get my hat on here. Today I got my pocket, a little serrated pocket knife here. It's an LB5. Again, this was a gift, and it was a gift from a old boy named Hubert. He used to be the mayor of Jonesboro. He gave that to me for my birthday. Oh Lord, it's been, I don't know, 10 years longer ago. Again, he's another one that's gone, so I'm kind of proud to have that from him. Now, all my knives aren't gifts. I've bought a lot of knives over the years, collect them, but the ones that mean the most to me are knives that were given to me. Obviously, like anything else somebody gives you, if you appreciate it. And I always appreciate stuff that people give me, like I said. So today I'm going to be using that to kind of take with, and I'm going to lay it down. Again, so I'm trying to break myself from all these hand habits that we've got. But today we're going to have fried eggs, bacon. Did you hear that? Bacon. Yes, I remembered it. Look at here. Bacon and fried eggs and toast. Don't that sound good? It's a good normal breakfast for a man my size. So we're going to get it going right here, get our stove turned on. Hopefully today I can regulate this thing. You know, this thing was doing real good. I don't know if it's me or if it's this little old stove, or I thought maybe it's because the little air cartridge, the little gas cartridge was getting empty, but I checked it, but it don't seem to be. So we're going to try it again today and see what happens. So let's get her heated up here. And I want to kind of explain to you how I do sausage. I mean, yeah, that's how I do bacon. And I probably shouldn't have lit that just yet. I'm going to turn it back off. Turn it back off. See, I got ahead of the game. I'm bad about that. Just like most of us guys, we jump the gun. I want to get my bacon ready, because I cook bacon. I started off in a cold skillet. I don't know if all of y'all do that, but I do. So let's get our bacon started. Let me get set up here so you can see what I'm doing again today. All right, let's get some of this bacon. Good. And I'm not going to be eating this whole package, so actually I am going to cook it all up though, because once I open something like this, if you don't cook it all up, you ain't careful, it's going to go to red. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it just like I was going to use just half of it. Get it ready. Well, ain't nothing like a sharp knife, is there? Man, look at that. All right. You can see I got my eggs and stuff laying out here. Instead of rechanging that angle, it's quick. I'm going to bring that skillet over here, and then we'll put it on there. Now, what I normally do whenever I cook bacon, I pour just a little bit of water in my, not much, just a little bit of water in my skillet. And then I put my bacon in. And what I have found is that it don't curl up on me. It cooks evenly and stays laid down. Now, I don't know about you guys, if you might want to try it. Might not be something that works out very well for you, but for me, I have found that it does. But now I'm always cooking in a cast iron skillet, and I'm sure that don't really make a difference whether or not you use water or not, but I will throw that in there. And see, I put that up on the side because that bacon's going to shrink up, and as it does, I will slide it down in there. We have a couple more pieces here. All right, grab my rag over here, wipe my hands off. Always got to have a good clean rag with you. All right, now then, we'll go back to the stove. But you know what else I brought? I promised you guys I was going to do. Look there. Here's what I done went and brought. Tomato preserves, tomato jam. I got both preserves and jam. I've been looking for this for a long time. My mother always made tomato preserves, stuff like that. And I'd ask people about it, nobody knew exactly what I was talking about. And I was up in Alabama here a few years back, and my brother-in-law's got a little store down from his house that some friends of his own that does produce and stuff like that. And so he took my wife and I down there, and I'd be doggone if they didn't have that. So what did I do? I went and bought me a case of each one of them. And I went through them and had to get some more later on. But we have found a place locally that I can get that's went into business over the last couple of years. So I've always got a good supply of it if I want it. But we're going to put that on toast and give her a shot this morning. I know that probably doesn't sound very good, but it's not that expensive compared to all the rest of the jellies and jams and stuff. So I like the jam better than do the jelly, to be honest with you. So if you ever get an opportunity, this is made by Walnut Creek, but get an opportunity, get you some of it and try it. I believe some of you out there like it. Now again, it's an acquired taste, just like I told you on tomatoes, putting sugar and stuff on tomatoes, stuff like that. Not all of us probably care that much about that, but anyway. But we're going to scoot over here and we're going to see if we can get this bacon going. What do you say? Uh-oh, I messed my camera up there for a second, didn't I? Sure did. Let's see if we make sure. There's one of my little boo-boos, ain't it? Let's see if we can adjust her some more. Oh man, I'm making a mess out of that. I'm making a mess out of that one, didn't I? Well, we live and we learn. You like to zip through that little part, I guess. Looks like we got some fishermen out there this morning. This is the only level spot I could actually, halfway level spot that I could actually find to cook on. We're gonna relight our stove here and get that going. Yeah, this parking here, this area here, it's just like it right there. This entire thing. And they don't have picnic tables or anything like that I can find. You would think this is a county park or county lake. It was supposed to be started as a watershed lake. But anyway, they're not really set up here for picnics and stuff that I can see. There may be another area that I'm not aware of, and I'm probably sure there is, but I didn't see it. But anyway, we're gonna make do, and it's a one of our lakes here, so I wanted to kind of visit and check it out. So that's starting to fry up there. But yeah, I learned, and I don't know where I learned it from, about putting water in my skillet. And like I said, a lot of y'all may already know it. Like I said, this ain't the levelest spot there is. I may need to try to slip something under the back of it and see how much it takes to level that up. Let me grab something right here and see if I can't. I'll slide this scuba up under the back of it and see if I don't make a mess, that is. Wouldn't that be something? Get through all this right here and then make a mess. Let's see if that'll keep it left. See if that levels it up any. You know what? I think that helped. I'm trying to move that water around, make sure all of it's getting a little bit of dampness on it. But yeah, I looked at the weather, guys. Next 2 or 3 days isn't going to be nice. So you guys that's out here camping, man, be careful. And especially you guys out there working in this. You make sure you drink plenty of water. Take you some breaks. You know, I know if people who are still working, you know, you got to make a living. And surely goodness your bosses understand that it's going to be hot. Yeah, man, please take time, take care of yourself. I mean, there's no sense in getting out there and having a heat stroke. You know, what don't get done today, you try to accomplish tomorrow. But Lord have mercy, don't overdo it. Let me grab my stuff here. Kind of helps if you reach for the right tool, don't it? But yeah, you guys be very, very careful out there. I said, it looks like we got a couple fishermen. And I told y'all, I'm just starting to dabble a little bit about it with it. Maybe I'll catch on. If I don't, that's okay. I'm still having fun. You know, the fishermen in our family is my brother-in-laws and nephews. I got three brother-in-laws, I guess. They love it. Every opportunity they get. One of them lives up there in Alabama. I was telling you about him. He's got a big lake up there. He's not very far from. He goes as often as he can. His little wife been having a lot of illness, you know, and which is kind of keeping her from going with him. If not, he probably could say, "Come on, I'll grab a fishing pole and we'll go. You go with me and we'll go fishing today." But sometimes these things hold us back. But we're praying for her and hoping she gets on the mend, you know, so she can enjoy uh, going with him and doing things with him. And I don't know how much she really enjoys fishing, but I bet if he talked to her sweet, she'd go with him. And I got another brother-in-law lives down around McRae in Arkansas. He loves to fish. Got one over Pocahontas. He's a big fisherman. I think he tries to go every chance he gets. He's recently retired, and all three of these I've talked about are retired, so they can go, you know, weather permitting, health permitting. They can go, I guess, about any time they want to go. And of course, my two nephews, live up around Pocahontas. They're big fishermen. But I tell you what they are, though, even better than that, they're duck hunters. They love that duck hunting. Oh man, that whole family loves duck hunting. You know, I hear tell them two nephews, man, could knock an eye out of a grasshopper 300 yards, and that grasshopper still run off. He just wouldn't have his eye. And I don't know about that being true, but I've heard tell it. So I hear they're a pretty good shot. I know they always seem to get their limits on ducks and stuff. They're big deer hunters too, so. But most of the hunting and fishing and stuff like that is on my wife's side of the family. Their daddy was a big fisherman, hunter, and turkey hunter, and all that. So they enjoyed it. When I was young, we hunted to eat, you know. So when I realized I could buy the food and not get out there and freeze myself to death hunting, I thought I'd let the boys who enjoy that do it. I tell you, funny duck hunting story. Now, I never was a duck hunter. Been one time in my life, you know. But I worked back many years ago. Uh, I'd have these guys come in after going duck hunting, and man, they just went on and on and on how much fun they had. And I was a young man then, you know. So I told them one morning, I said, next time y'all go, you come by and get me, and I'll go with you. Because man, it's like they were just having way too much fun doing that. And so sure enough, a couple of days they said they was going again. So they came by 3 o'clock in the morning, whole morning, and picked me up and took me to an old rice field. And they had a blind in the ground, metal blind in the ground, duck blind in the ground. And we walked for seemed like 2 miles to get to that blind. Frozen up old field where they'd pumped water in there. Climbed down into this blind that had 2 inches of water in it. And of course I was not dressed right. And we stayed there for seemed like 3 days, but it wasn't more than a couple of hours. I never was so cold in my life. My feet was cold. I'd got my feet wet. I was not properly dressed at all. When they got me back to that truck and they turned that air on, I told myself right then, this old boy will never go duck hunting again. There was nothing enjoyable about duck hunting to me. But sure enough, when we got to work that morning, got home, got cleaned up, went to work, they started in on how much fun they had. Guys, duck hunters are a different breed. When you can suffer through all that and call that fun, man, you're showing me something that's not me. I don't know. I thought, man, growing up an old hillbilly, rough, we grew up kind of rough, that I thought I could handle about anything. Man, that duck hunting, woo-wee. You know, and when I was a kid, we rabbit and squirrel hunting and stuff like that. We didn't never go deer hunting. Old man, I believe, was scared that some of these guys coming out of the city that really didn't know how to hunt, you know, that wasn't given any kind of training or anything, might end up hurting one of us kids. Like I said, I'm going to cook up all of this because I don't want it to go to waste. I can put it back in a bag and eat it and be already ready. Sure, he was scared to death that one of us would get hurt out there by somebody. But anything other than that, we could done. I don't even remember us as a kid ever even talking about duck hunting. We were hill people, so probably wasn't much place for us duck hunt. I know. older people in the family, you know, they deer hunting and stuff like that. But us kids, you know, it had a little 410 uh, shotgun. My oldest brother and all of us go. Uh, but yeah, that turkey hunting. I mean, that duck hunting is definitely for some tough old boys. I believe they could make it. Don't you look how pretty that's getting? And see, it ain't wrinkling up. And that ain't gonna hurt that cast iron skillet. I'll clean that up just as soon as I get done here. But the bad thing about bacon is you cook it up, if you ain't careful, you're gonna eat every piece of it. What was that? Was it a Pringle chip or something they used to say? You can't just one, you know. That's the way it is about bacon. And I love good BLTs. And you run out of the tomato and lettuce. Heck, I just finished the rest of the bacon up uh, on bacon sandwiches. If you run out of bread and there's still some bacon left, I eat it just for bacon. So turn that down a little bit. I'm scared it's gonna get too hot on me. But you know, it looks to me like this thing is doing better this morning though. Make up a little bit. Boy, the last couple of times we tried to cook on this thing, I just couldn't get it regulated. And I guess it was. I guess it was that wind yesterday. There must have been a little bit more wind than I thought, and I didn't put that other windbreak on that side. But I'm backed up against some trees where I'm at now. And it's kind of a ridge here that they've built up. So I'm going to turn that rest. Here, see, I get to bragging on this thing. There it is, picking back up. I turned it down a little bit too low, I think. Yeah, she'll get cooked up there in a minute. But man, I can't just stand here looking at this, man. It's making me starve. Oh, that looks good. Man, oh man, oh man. If you will, if you're a duck hunter, enjoy doing that, give me a comment. Tell me how you do it. Do you get in a blind in a hole in the middle of the field, or you got your boat with some kind of camouflage on it, or what do you do? And you gals out there, I know several that duck hunt. So uh, you guys are a special breed too. You know, I ran into a couple old gals here. Hope y'all don't mind me calling you gals. A couple of ladies uh, back during deer season, and they had gotten them an 8 point, and they were telling their big story. So they got stories too. You know, us guys, we ain't got all the stories. They got stories too. You know, and these daddies take these little bitty fellers with them, and showing them the ropes. That's important. It's important that you take time and show your kids the things, introduce them to things you like. Now, they may not take to it like you do, but take time and introduce them to them. Because I'm going to tell you, if you don't, when you get my age, you're going to regret it. And them little fellas are going to grow up mighty fast. Like I said in the previous video, uh, when I leave this old world, the only regrets I'm going to have is the mistakes that I made with my son growing up. You know, I used to send him in the house when I'd be working on projects and stuff, because he's constantly doing something I'm scared to death he's gonna get hurt. And but you'd overreact. I'd overreact sometimes. Say, man, don't do that. And I'd say it in a loud, grumpy voice and scare him to death. You know, and all he wanted to do was be out there with Dad doing stuff. But you know, I just had this fear. Let me tell you something. When you got a little one, you fear for them all the time. But it's how you deal with that fear that's important. And I'd kind of get too grumpy sometimes and maybe talk too loud to him. You know, that's not the way. That's not the way you do it. So think about that when you're out there. But yeah, grab hold of those kids, take them out there with you. You know, it's like I said, them brother-in-law mine, they took theirs, and man, those kids took right to it. Like I said, they're good fishermen and stuff, hunters, and they love it. They love it as much as Dad does. You know, they'll go by and pick up Dad and take Dad with them. You know, I think they'd rather have Dad with them than anybody else. And you know, that's okay right there. You know, it's kind of clouding up here. I doubt it's going to rain. We might get a heat shower today, but I don't know that I saw any rain in the forecast. I saw that heat, though. Look at that bacon right there. Look at that bacon right there. Now, ain't one of y'all out there don't wish you had that. And I wish y'all was here to enjoy it with me. I'm going to clean this skillet up and get it ready for our eggs. So bear with me just a second. All righty. Get ready for our eggs here. Now that we got our bacon, come on, work with me, butter. Put a smidgen more butter in there. What do you think? Put that butter over there. All right, now make sure I left a little bit of water in there, didn't I? Turn that back up. Don't want it too high. All right. Drop a couple of eggs in there and see what happens. Maybe this time I won't break them. You know, pour a little water in there. Maybe this time I won't make a mess. Here, we'll go ahead and get our butter for our toast ready. What do you think about that? Go ahead and get our butter. Well, I tell you what, there's a nice little old breeze here, and I don't know if y'all can see, it's clouding up. I wouldn't be upset if it rained a little bit today. I'd like for it to wait till after we get our breakfast here done. You know, if it wouldn't mind. Sit those over there. Right there. All right. Look at there. Yeah, them right there looking pretty, ain't they? Those looking pretty. See there. Now, see if we can't get them out of there without tearing them up. What do you say? We're going to try to get them out of there without tearing them up. Hopefully that skillet wasn't too hot. Look at there. I want you to look at that right there. Them come out pretty good. Now that darkness is from that bacon grease and stuff. Them right there did pretty dabbling good today, didn't they? Huh? Them right there did pretty damn good today, didn't they? Alright, then we'll do our, we'll wipe that down a little bit and then we'll do our toast. Yeah, and then we'll do our toast here. We're gonna have that toast with that preserves I was talking about. We sure are. Alright. This is going to be good this morning, guys. This is going to be good. I don't care who you are. This is going to be good. Yeah. Man, I sure hope we get a little bit of that rain today. Man, I hope we get a little bit of that rain. Alright. Guys, I'm going to plate this up and we're going to go over here and sit down and eat breakfast. Give me just a second. Alright. I've got this all set up here. Boy, look at that right there. Don't that look good? Man, don't that look good. Let me show you what we're going to be looking at. You see some boys girls getting ready to go fishing. That's what we're looking at. It's Bono Lake. We're sitting back out of the way. People that's got boats and stuff. And we're going to enjoy our breakfast. What do you say? Do a little bit more this way. A little bit. What do you think about that right there? But yeah, that right there, it looks good, don't it? Got to adjust it a little bit more. It's trying to fall on me. I don't know why. I was doing pretty good a while ago. Try it again. I don't know why that's trying to mess with me this morning. We had this all down packed for a while. Maybe let's go with this. Here we go. Well, maybe we'll do it this way. I'll be doggone. Seems like we got a beautiful morning. I remember my bacon and everything, but now I'm having video problems. Let's put a little salt and pepper on this here. Got to have that salt and pepper. All right. We want to make sure put a little bit of this on there. I'm telling you guys, this is some good stuff right here. Tomato jam. Alright, we'll wait on that other piece until we get in there. Whew, I'm gonna take a bite of that before I take a bite of anything. That's some good stuff right there. I tell you, that's some good stuff. You gotta try it. I've been waiting on this bacon. What about y'all? Look how pretty that is. Oh, it's beautiful. I like mine crunchy. Now, some people don't, but I do. I like it almost like chips. That is good bacon. And them eggs turned out perfect this morning. Guys, this right here is a perfect breakfast. Mama gets up and fixes this for you. You need to say thank you. Because this is something else right here. Well, I'm going to finish up my breakfast here and walk around the lake. I appreciate you guys joining me, and I hope to see you down the road. Remember, if you like the video, hit like. If you want to see some more of them, hit subscribe and hit that bell. That'll tell you the next time one post. And you guys have a wonderful day.